What's going on, moms and dads? You are listening to the latest episode of the Fade You podcast, and we are recording on Wednesday, September 6th. We have NFL football quite literally tomorrow, and we are so excited that it's finally week one. First of all, we did a whole NFL preview series throughout August, so if you missed any of those shows, we talked win totals, we talked season long feelings about teams, overrated teams, underrated teams. Go back and check those out. And please, please, please subscribe to the pod and tell your friends about the pod too. We're trying to grow this football season.
Tell your enemies. Tell your enemies too.
Friends and enemies. All that would be fantastic. So please subscribe to the pod. Tell your friends, tell your enemies. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like it and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. If you're listening, make sure you know all our pods are available via video on the YouTube channel. All that's on our X page at Fade You Sports. So please subscribe to us on Twitter, now known as X. My name is Matt. We got all the dads here tonight. I'm gonna crack mine open for you, Chris. Chris Duke, how you doing?
Wonderful, brother. I got my Lagunitas, which has a little doggy on it, which we know we love that theme for week one. Let's go.
We love week one dogs so much, and we'll get into that very, very soon. Kmart, how are you doing?
I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm ready for, I don't really care about tomorrow, but I'm ready for Sunday.
We care about tomorrow. We care about Sunday. We care about Monday. We care about all football days on this show. Nice work last week on the Four Idiots pod, by the way. That was a great week one college preview. You guys had some great stuff. So we'll pump those guys at the end of the show as well. Joe, how are you doing?
Excellent, man. Can't complain. Yeah, we do love week one dogs, but apparently we don't love a week one poopy six pack in college. Apparently we just don't do that now. But yeah, sorry everybody. We didn't remind Chris because he forgot.
Chris, you got to set the record straight. Did you simply forget?
No, I think on Friday I remembered. I was like, should I? I was all buzzed. I was like, should I fucking do it? And I was like gonna text you guys, and I was like, maybe I'll wait, but maybe just for Kmart, I'll put Stanford in it this week. I get money line.
Do it.
Fuck USC.
Can you even find that money line anywhere? Plus 29?
There's no way.
I'll have to have
Come on, it's not.
tell Brett to get it in.
Play help.
It's happened before.
So yeah, Chris forgot about the sick pack. Chris has this funny habit of like we have these routines and things that we typically do, and then 5 seconds before we're supposed to start, Chris will text the group, "Hey, what are we doing? What happens if this? What happens if this happens? What happens if we're all on the same pick? Like, what are everyone's plays?" We're like, that's what we're podcasting about. So
then we know to just run away, right, Matt? If we're all
I don't know what Chris's deal is, but he'll figure it out here soon.
Well, we're all trying to figure out five, right? If you're on mine or I'm on yours, we can definitely call an audible. Omaha, shout out, fucking
Omaha.
There you go. All right, so we're excited. 3 of us are playing in one of the Vegas contests. So we're in the Circa Millions contest this season. Myself and Chris with Riley. Longtime pod listeners might remember Riley. And then Joe and Jared. And we did Circa this year because Joe placed in Westgate last year. And Westgate is simply dead. Not enough people play. There's not enough money at stake. So you do really well. And I don't know, Joe, it kind of sucked. So we're going to the contest with the most money this season.
Yeah, makes sense, man. I fucking went 55, 34 and 1 for good enough for 26th place and got $1,500. That fucking sucks. Had we been in the same or in Circa last year, would have been about 15 grand. We would have placed like 70th. So I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens.
Well, we'll see. Hopefully we made the right call. Hopefully one of the dad's places where the contest is fun. It's pick 5 contests. If you've never done one, you have to pick 5 ATS every single week, which is certainly challenging. And Kmart, I want to give you the floor to explain why the contest is stupid and why we're all dumb for participating.
I mean, everyone has their reasons. Like, I remember how long I've been doing it, past 5 years. In the first year, I definitely kind of felt just be part of the team and did it because of you. And then the following year, we finished top 40, won, I don't know, $7,500. Like, it was fun. So it kind of was like, all right, I'll do it. The next year, it's just fucking hard, man. Like, I don't like picking 5. It's not fun for me to ask everybody I'm with, hey, who you want? Who you? Oh, I don't like anybody. Oh, cool. It's back on to me. Or just, oh, I don't like that. No, I'm on the other side. And then you're just trying to go, left and right, dodge and weave. And I'm just like, I'm just tired of it. So I'm doing a Survivor this year. So, change it up, throw a curveball.
Yeah, that one's much easier to win.
I don't think they suck. I just don't want to pick 5. Like, I know I can pick 3 or 4 tops and have a really good season like last year, but I won't do as good picking 5.
Yeah, 5 is tough. I've been doing it for several years now, and it's always hard. And Chris, you and I talk about this all the time. It's hard to narrow it down to 5, right? You've always got a few that you're considering, and picking the right 5 is so challenging.
Sure is.
Yeah, absolutely hard. But I have Freck. Freck, do you think picking 5 is hard or easy?
It's tough.
It's tough.
From Tulsa.
I'd rather just pick one and put just blow my entire load on one.
Yeah, that'd be nice, huh? A pick 'em
Tulsa
one.
versus OU sold out, so we got a big game coming to town.
Oh yeah.
Hey,
Why
that
is
new
Riley going?
Tulsa mascot.
Oh, dude, Gus T.
It's in Oregon now, right?
What is?
Tulsa. They're going to Oregon.
No, OU, the Sooners.
Oh, okay. All right, that's a college pod. Love you. Thank you, Freck. I love you.
All right. So for the Circa Millions each week, we'll tweet out the graphic at Fade U Sports. We'll send that out. We'll send out the 5 plays that the dads are all on. And Kmart, sometimes he's going to have 3. Sometimes it might just be 2. Hey, shit. Maybe sometimes he's going to pull his you-know-what out and have 4. We'll just see. And we're going to kind of see, okay, if Kmart being more selective has a better percentage and a better profit and ROI, then the dad's picking 5 each week. It'll be fun to keep track of that season long as well. So with that, I think we should get to some picks. Now, Joe, I want to start with you because we started our preview series about a month ago, and you were out of town on vacation and stumbled into the pod very drunk. But you did share with us that your best bet for week 1 was the Steelers way back earlier in the summer. And I remember you talking about this literally in June, July. Like, you had this one circled for a long time. And then I saw you were responding to somebody's tweet, and you had mentioned that it's starting to feel a little trendy. So I want to ask you about this one. Now that week 1 has rolled around and you're starting to see it become a little bit popular, are you sticking to your guns, or how do you feel about this pick now that it's here?
Me and Jared both had this one consensus number 1 pick on the board. Yeah, it's one like you said, we've been fucking looking at for months. It's kind of scary though that it got off the key number of 3 and it actually touched 2 this morning, and then went right back up to 2.5 when the news of Nick Bosa signing came through. So yeah, it is trendy. I think I've seen like every fake Twitter sharp on it. But I just think that every square in the world on Sunday morning when they're opening up their fucking FanDuel, all their apps, they're gonna look and go, "Oh fuck, Niners only got to win by 3. That's fine. I'll take that." So I think the money is going to drastically change going into Sunday, because right now a shitload of tickets or a shitload of money is on the Steelers, but not a lot of tickets. So I think come Sunday it'll be different, but still going to be riding with the Steelers as home dogs. And Mike Tomlin has a great record as a home dog, 16-4-3 ATS in his career. So yeah, I just think it's a tough spot for the Niners to travel across the country and play this improved Steelers offense. And their defense is going to be good. So yeah, I think it's going to be a low scoring game, and the Steelers probably win on the money line, in my opinion.
What makes you say that you think the squares and the public will be on the Niners? Is it just perception that like, hey, the Niners were in the NFC Championship game, the Steelers missed the playoffs, and better team only has to win by? Is it that simple, or is there something else to it that you think the public is going to be on the Niners?
I think it's that simple. I think that the perception is the Niners are a Super Bowl contender. You know, their Super Bowl odds are, you know, around 10-1 or whatever it is, and the Steelers are like at 60-1. So a lot of people don't have high expectations for the Steelers team, but this is a great spot to take them on the money line at home because taking points is gay. Right, Kyle?
Yeah, it's fact.
Well,
I mean,
okay.
especially at 2 or 2.5. Like, what? Like, I mean, you expect. I mean, I guess Jake Moody could miss an extra point. So could happen.
I honestly, and I really do like the Nick Bosa signed at this point because now it's just more fuel for everybody. Like, oh, well, they got Bosa back, so now they're definitely going to cover the spread. It's like, I don't think he moves a fucking line, just like Kittle doesn't move a line if he doesn't play. But the public perception will be the opposite.
Kmart, you're our resident Niners homer. Is this just a tough draw for them week one? Like, is Joe onto something here that there's a lot going against them in this game and maybe more question marks than people might realize?
I mean, I think it's the question marks. I don't put too much onus on the fact they're traveling back east in week one. It's kind of like I spoke about something similar on our college pod, so I'd say go back and listen. But I just don't think a lot of that has merit in week one, just because I mean that is your look ahead. I don't think you're already looking ahead in week one, so they're prepared. I think everybody always assumed Bosa was going to play. That's why I don't think we're going to see much line movement, as Joe was, saying. However, Purdy looked good in his one series, but it was a preseason, and he's going to be going up against TJ Watt. So, I mean, that's where I'm nervous. Are the Niners going to actually look good on offense? Because there hasn't been really that many game time live reps. Like it's much different in practice as it is, just the game speed in itself. So I agree. I think it's going to be a low scoring game. And I mean, my homerness, like, God, -2, it'd be hard for me. Like, luckily, I told Chris earlier, I was like, hey, take this off. Bosa's not playing. And then 2 hours later, Bosa signs. It was pretty funny. I'm like, I want no part of the Niners without Bosa. And then 2 hours later.
Please tell me you rebooked immediately.
That's what I was going to text Fade G. I was like, hey, do you change your mind? Although he's not going to play still, right?
No, he's playing.
Play. Yeah, he's playing.
Oh, because Cheese was saying no Bosa, no Kittle. So I don't know, maybe.
No,
literally they asked Kyle Shanahan, is he going to
play?
They said, how many snaps is Bosa going to play? And Kyle Shanahan responded, how many snaps are in a game?
So, yeah, he said something like the only way he doesn't play is if he's out of shape and has a beer belly, which
he won't.
Yeah.
I also think the Steelers are going to be a lot more motivated to win this game than the Niners. The Niners can afford to lose this. Started last season 1-4. The fucking Steelers can't lose because their division is tough and they're in the AFC. Point. So they're going to sell the fuck out and try to win this thing. We'll see if Pickett, how he does in his sophomore year, but I think he's going to improve, and I think they're going to do enough to win this game.
Yeah, I like that sense of urgency angles for this deal. I think that's a good point for sure. So Joe is on Pittsburgh. We're sticking to our guns. If it gets trendy by Sunday morning, fuck it. We're sticking with it. We've come this far. Now, Joe, is that the play you wanted to share? Did you want to? I mean, you were the clubhouse leader from last year in the group in terms of contest finish. You have another one you want to go over?
Not really. Me and Jared are still discussing. I would say another one I'm leaning on, Colts. I'm just fucking gonna fade that narrative of a rookie quarterback starting. I think the Colts can cover the spread.
Okay. We'll see if we circle back to Colts at all. I think that'd be a good one to discuss. Kmart, why don't you go next with one that you like, one that you're looking at?
Wow. Wasn't expecting that. So, I don't know.
Keep you on your toes, buddy.
Yeah, I have a few, but I think the one I'm really hoping it gets to +3. I just don't think it will. and that's the Jets on Monday night. So I really like the Jets, even at plus 2.5. And Joe, I probably will definitely just say forego the points, play it on the money line. Hell, I might even tease it up. I don't know. Maybe with the Washington Redskins. I don't know. And that's another one that I'm really looking forward to doing.
Can't say that.
Maybe
Can't say that.
money line on the Cardinals.
Yeah, you can't say Redskins, man. That's canceled.
They want it back. It's fine. It's fine. I'm bringing it back. So yeah. Anyway, I'll go back to the Jets. I think that I'm seeing a lot. It's going to take offense time to gear up. This isn't basketball. I don't think you need as much time together to gel as you do. In the NFL, I think you do need more time to gel defensively because there's a lot of talking. That's where I think you need time to gel and to understand assignments and go from there. But offense, you can just go out and play. And I don't know, I'm seeing too much Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. I think they're going to find the holes. They also have other guys. I mean, Michael Carter on swing passes. I think they got enough offensively. Defensively, they're better than last year. Going to the Bills, I don't know where Mr. Stephon Diggs' head is at. Seen a lot of his shit in the offseason. They have a lot of players healthy, which they were not healthy. I think that's where everyone's like, oh, Bills are going to kill them. They have a healthy defense again, but that kind of goes to my point. They don't have a lot of game reps on defense. Offensively, yeah, they'll probably be good, but I like the Jets defense. I think they're going to be one of the tops in the league. And look, Chris Bone, Bills will kill. I mean, that gives me more confidence in the Jets. No offense.
Do you take into your handicap the fact that this game is played in New York and it is September 11th?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Who said Bills?
Put that down on the record, please.
I mean, that
Kmart, you said that offense doesn't need a lot of time to gel. How'd that work out?
I don't think they need as much as the defenses do, because there's a lot more intangibles that go into play on the defensive side of the ball than offensively.
So what I was going to say was, how'd that work out for Russell Wilson and the Broncos last year? A new QB on a new team with and they just are you saying this is a completely different situation and you can't really compare the two?
The Hackett effect.
It's the same. Daniel Hackett is a terrible coach, terrible head coach. And Russell Wilson, I mean, the jury's out. Is he even close to what he was 3 years ago in Seattle? I mean, Rodgers is pushing 40, and I'm not concerned about him, but the way Russell Wilson plays football, it just wasn't cohesive. And they had a lot of injuries offensively. He couldn't gel with any wide receivers because they were always just coming in and out of the lineup. Everyone was getting injured. Same thing with Judy again this year.
Mahomes.
Who?
Patrick Mahomes.
But I mean, that's another one. Everyone, even last year with Mahomes. Oh, they lost Tyreek Hill. It didn't matter.
Chris, what's your take on that game? Because you and I texted. I think I shared something with you that was nothing but Bills money. Ticket count 6-1. It's just Bills. It's all Bills. You think Kmart's onto something? Is this a great spot to actually take Aaron Rodgers when no one believes?
Oh, and Rodgers has won his last 9 Monday Night Football games.
Oh wow, loves the limelight. Yeah, I mean, I lean that way. Matt, you sent me that other thing about that guy said that about the home division dogs as well being 88%. Didn't know it was that high. There's 4 of them. He said that's the most since 16 or something, a long time ago.
6 or 7 years, yeah.
2010, a long time. I lean both. I mean, it could be a good segue into my pick of I'm going to go with the G man.
Wait, did you say you lean both?
Yeah, I'm probably going to put Jets in the contest too, but for sure, I think I'm going to fade the Cowboys and go with the G-Man, Brian Big Dick Dable, and ride them at home. Jared, we love you. You look like him. You guys are both hot as shit. But, yeah, I lean that way too, Jets. And the Giants, I mean, the Giants win total is 7.5. Cowboys is 9.5. Juiced to fuck. Everyone's a darling in the East. I think it's the Cowboys. They think that the Eagles regress and the Cowboys have a chance. So they're supposed to be the NFC East, and everyone thinks the Giants might have had, a good year. It was kind of fluky. They played an easy schedule. I think they're going to be scrappy, and would love the 3.5. But if it's just 3, whatever, I'll take the poop. Even though I know Danny Dimes sucks. That's the narrative. The Cowboys own the Giants. Blah blah blah. But all that doesn't matter. New season, new teams.
Yeah, have you guys ever heard of the Cowboys being like, oh, they're going to be Super Bowl contenders and then just fucking winning 9 games? Have you guys ever heard of that?
Never.
Happening?
I don't think that's ever happened in the history of the league. 2 quick things. One, the Giants and Danny Dimes on Thanksgiving last year gave me one of the greatest backdoor covers of all time against the Cowboys. I don't know if anyone remembers that. We were, if Chris B is still in the comments, we were running around the house, screaming, hugging each other when they got in the end zone at the end of the game. That was one of my greatest memories from last season. It was just a beautiful Thanksgiving miracle. And second thing, Jay Buff on the Giants.
Dead number.
Yeah, Jay Buff on the Giants, just in an absolute stunner upset of the pod so far. So we love you, Buff.
Over under.
Okay.
Jeff on the Giants 17 times this year.
Yeah, set it at 17.
That would mean they make the playoffs to go over, so you should probably set the line at 16.5.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I said that, I should have said 16.5. Thank you,
Buff,
Joe.
you had the Giants on Thanksgiving. I simply can't believe it. It's just absolutely shocking to me. So, all right. So, Chris, you told me the other day, you said, man, I don't know if I want to do I want to do both primetime home dogs? Do I want to do both Giants Sunday and Jets Monday night? And you think you're just going to say, fuck it, give them both to me?
I think I might, man. You can't, numbers don't lie. I think they're both undervalued. And I agree with Kmart. I mean, that defense, they gave them fits. I think they covered both games last year with, with the QBs they had with Wilson and what's the other guy that
Flacco?
No, I think
Mike White.
Mike, yeah, I think White. So they were double. That was like I think I was at a brewery last year and gave out my blowout winner. They were double-digit home dogs and they won outright. It probably blew everyone's survivors and all kinds of bullshit. Joe did it, I know. So that was good. The Jets I think they really take it personal. They're pissed off that they've been the scum of the division the last, obviously the last 15, 20 years. So I think they're going to play scrappy.
What do you mean, dude? They got to 2 NFC championship or AFC championship games with
10 years ago with
Kmart's fucking favorite quarterback in history, Mark Sanchez.
Butt fumble. And who'd they beat? God bless the Chargers.
And the feet lover. What's his fuck? God damn it. What's his name? The coach. Why is this?
Schottenheimer?
No. The big fat white guy. Brother was in the league too. Fuck, how am I forgetting this? God damn it.
In the AFC?
Yeah, dude. Hold on. How am I fucking forgetting this name? It's kind of pissing me off.
Home dogs, prime time. Screw
both.
It.
Fucking Rex Ryan.
Yeah, Rex.
Oh, Rex. Oh, with the toe fetish, foot fetish.
Yes, that's what I said. Yeah.
Oh, he was the coach.
That's what I fucking said.
I thought you said the Jets beat him.
No, I said with him. Yeah.
God bless Rex. We missed some of those characters in the league. So, all right. So Chris is going to go both Kmart's Jets, and he's going to go Buffs Giants.
I had one more home division dog. I was just agreeing with his Jets. I'll say I didn't lean that way.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Buff wants to talk Carolina, and this is interesting. So this wasn't the one I was going to give out, but Chris, you'll like this. There's very few reasons to bet Carolina, right? They got a rookie making his first start who's small, who everybody says is going to take some time to get used to the size of the defensive line.
Went to the best high school football team in Southern California, though.
Shout out.
Yeah. The Monarchs, Butterflies, gay. I mean, whatever.
So Carolina's got all kinds of receiver injuries right now. All the receivers are questionable. It came out yesterday that their star pass rusher, Brian Burns, wasn't going to play without a new contract. So it's just the entire week has been an avalanche of negativity towards the Panthers. Meanwhile, everyone loves Atlanta and thinks they're going to win the NFC South. They got all these weapons, and Ritter just has to steer the ship in the right direction. Chris, can you make a case that Buff might be onto something with Carolina? I mean, that's going to be probably one of the lowest percentages of bets of the entire week.
Yeah, didn't you just send me that stat that what number 1 picks or what 0-12 or something?
Oh, it's horrific. It's like 1-12 and how about 1-13 ATS
13
since 2003?
Yeah, I mean that's like max. Like, Joe said he's not worried about the rookie quarterback in Colts. That's even more big time when it's the number 1 draft pick. You have the most pressure to go out and perform and not be a bust. Man, I don't know. Yeah, and like you said, I know even sharps. I know Simon Hunter is really amazing. They do well every year, like 60+%. He said they lean it. They're probably not going to lay the 3.5. They would like a 3, but
of course it would.
I think it's sharps and squares are on that.
Kmart, you got anything on that game? I mean, you talked up the Falcons on our preview series. It seems like everything's kind of lining up for them to have a nice week 1 against an injured Panthers team minus one of their best defensive players.
I mean, I'll put it this way. I have the Falcons -3, but if it goes to 4.5, I'll take the Panthers. Just try to get that little middle, but I don't know. Like, I think it's the perfect spot. First-year coach, rookie quarterback. I don't even really care what they're missing offensively. It's not like it's anything great anyway. Burns is a big miss, but it's going to be a low-scoring game most likely. I mean, Falcons, they might have London and Pitts, but they're gonna run the ball 40 times probably. Just chew up that clock. So if they settle for field goals, they're in trouble. If they can punch
Bijan Robinson.
Yeah, like between him, Algier, and Cordell Patterson, God, I wouldn't be surprised if they run it 50 times in week 1. Like,
Kmart, I have a question. What's it going to take for you to put that Niner helmet on right now?
I mean, not much.
All right, let's say you got to wear it for the whole pod if Steelers win week 1, money line.
Ooh, I like that.
You got to wear the whole pod week 2.
Yeah, I'll do it. I'll do that. I'll wear it for the pod. If the Niners lose, I'll wear it on the pod week 2. Shit, I might do it irregardless.
Yeah,
There we go. And Kmart, I like that point about kicking field goals because if you're going to lay the 3.5 in a division game, and this would be my concern if I was betting the Falcons, is it's one thing to move the ball down the field with an efficient offense, but it's another thing to actually punch it in the end zone. And we kind of need to see Ritter be able to do that before I'm willing to lay over field goal in a division game, right?
Got the 2 bodies to do it with London and Pitts, but he could easily turn the ball over in there, and that's gonna swing it completely.
Bijan Robinson.
When you have the greatest Asian kicker in the history of mankind, you're gonna be okay, Matt.
Young Wei.
Okay. All right. But no, I think that's a good point about the red zone is it's week 1. Is there how much cohesiveness is there in the red zone offense right off the bat when the season starts? It's a familiar opponent with a division game. Yeah, the coaching staffs might be new, but these teams play every year. And God damn it, I swear I've been on the Falcons so many times. And the red zone offense, Chris, you're nodding your head. And their red zone offense they have all the pieces and it just does not come together. So that would be. I'm glad we spent some time on that game because that was one that I was looking at a lot. Let me throw mine out there, and I think this is one that not a lot of people are really thinking too much about. And I'm a fan of the Bucks this week catching 6 at Minnesota. I like these big dogs against when we really don't know how good or bad teams are yet. And I know everyone has penciled in the Bucks to finish 4th in the NFC South, but last time I checked, they still have Pro Bowlers at receiver. They still got Pro Bowlers all over that defense, a good defensive coach. And say what you want about Baker, but Baker's a vet. It's not like he's a rookie making his first road start. So Minnesota, I mean, we know what they did last year. They won 13 games, but I think 10 of them were by one score, 11 of them were by one score, something like that. So all they did was live in close games and had the ball bounce their way a lot. So I just think Minnesota's maybe overvalued based on their record last season. And Tampa is a team that nobody's talking about and nobody's really given much of a chance to. So would not shock me if it's another close game for the Vikings and it's a 3-4 point win.
Let's not forget though, last year I had it in the contest, Minnesota against the Packers, and they beat the living fuck out of Aaron Rodgers in week 1. They won like 34-10 or whatever. Beat the living shit out of them. So I don't know if they're fast starters or Kirky or whatever the fuck. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I didn't really have an opinion on this one. I just wanted to point that one out. That's one I did remember.
It's a 1 o'clock start, Matt. You know, Kirky's pretty decent.
Yeah, I'm fucked if it's an early start. But no, it's a good point, Joe. I mean, Minnesota, they have a lot on offense. Their offense should be really explosive. I think it's also worth pointing out new defensive coordinator. Flores is the D coordinator now. They played a lot of soft defense last year and just let people go up and down the field on them. Flores is going to try to bring pressure. They had a lot of turnover on defense. Not sure that's going to be super successful for them right off the bat. So two teams with some changes this offseason. Obviously a quarterback for Tampa and then a lot of change on defense for Minnesota. So I'm interested to watch that one and see if there's any takeaways because everybody's pegging Minnesota for regression. So do they start fast again and say, okay, maybe they are really good for one more year? I guess we shall see. We lost Kmart, so I don't know if we're going to get him back. But let's do one more rapid fire, just without the full handicap. One more that you're taking a close look at. Joe, you got one. I know you mentioned Colts. Do you have another one, or are you guys still deliberating?
I'm selling him hard on the Deshaun Watsons and the Broncos. Those are the two that I'm selling Jared hard on right now. I think everybody, I love the narrative, you know, the home dog or the home division dog, the division dog narrative or whatever, Raiders week 1. I just think Sean Payton's going to pull his cock out and fucking score 100 on the Raiders. So I lean that way, and nobody wants to lay the 4 with the Broncos, but I will. And then, yeah, just a tough division game. I think that the Browns can win week 1.
Nice. Yeah.
How about you, Chris?
Too. I mean, everybody, I like that, Joe. I know Simon Hunter was saying that Sean Payton to Josh McDaniels, like you're going to bet coaching. You got a huge edge there. Yeah, I think maybe people are getting too spiced up on catching the points with the Raiders. I'm inclined to do that too. But yeah, Browns got to be in. I mean, you got to think Burrow's coming back. That first game back from the injury is always a little bit slow, a little bit, just be careful. Don't get hurt. You know, we got 17 of these things. Browns are going to want to kill them. Great D-line. Got all the weapons on offense. Deshaun has a little bit, not that many games. I know, Matt, you and I were arguing about this he didn't have that many games to get back, but obviously more so than last year coming back off.
Well, I think just having the full off season with this too. And hey, one of my other highlights from last year was Halloween. It was Bengals at Browns, and the Browns absolutely kicked the fuck out of them. And that was Jimmy Brissett too. So Burrow has struggled at times in Cleveland, especially last year. So it's interesting that that's their week 1 draw too.
Maybe Deshaun Watson found like 1 or 2 masseuse. What's the
greater Cleveland area?
What's the plural? Masseuses? Masseuse? It has to be masseuse, right? Maybe they found like 1 or 2 that won't talk shit. They'll just let them release as needed.
Get our research team on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's insider. One more that I was looking at, and I hate to just put too much into injuries week 1, but I think if you have multiple injuries at one position group, that's less than ideal going into the very first game. I was kind of liking Green Bay a little bit because I think everyone's expecting this jump from the Bears, and everyone's kind of left the Packers behind, and no one's paying attention to them because Jordan Love, and everyone thinks he sucks, and they didn't really want to give him the job. But I don't know if I need to see it from Chicago before I'll believe that they deserve to be favored in a division game. and maybe I'm just going to be late to the party, but with the Packers receiver injuries, I'm less interested in that one, but that is one I'm taking a look at. Good stuff, Dads.
Really? I guess there's no narrative that he might be the real deal there in Green Bay. I thought maybe that
Love
people coming around
I don't know.
Everybody's down on him, man.
I haven't heard one person say, yeah, Love could be good.
I've heard a lot more people say, oh, the Packers are the worst fucking team that are going to lose every game and then can draft in the top 5. A lot more than, oh, Love's the real deal.
Packers D has underachieved. They have 8 first-rounders on their defense, so the talent is there, and they need to put it together. That's going to be, if they're going to be successful this season, that's going to be what needs to carry them without Rodgers there. The offense is like the youngest skill position group in the league at receiver, and at tight end, so they're going to need that D to step up and come together. The talent is certainly there. So, all right, Dads, here's the plan. Tomorrow, so if you're listening to this now, just know that tomorrow on Thursday, what we're going to do, it won't be a full pod, but we'll do a Twitter Spaces at 5. We'll spend 20 minutes before kickoff sharing bets for the Thursday game. Come on and join us, and we'll let you give your handicap and your bets if you got anything. And then the college pod will either be Friday night or Saturday morning. Chris, have you guys decided that yet?
I think we're doing Friday around 5:30ish.
Okay. All right.
Pacific time. Yeah.
So look for that Friday afternoon, early Friday evening here on the West Coast. And then Sunday, halftime of Sunday Night Football, will be on real quick to talk what we saw on Sunday, week 1. If Chris is at the bar, he'll get all the Degens bets for the second half, and we'll see what people are hammering at halftime. So that'll be good. We'll just do a quick 20-minute recap. And then full week 2 preview will be 1 week from right now. So next Wednesday, 5 p.m., we're going to do that every single week. Moms and dads, good luck with your week 1 bets. Don't go crazy with those 7-teamers, right, Chris?
Careful. Be
Don't
careful.
Unless go crazy with them. Fuck
do
it.
a little dog. Sprinkle some dog parlays in there.
Look
It's
at those
only
week
money.
dogs.
Who cares?
They've been good in the past. Everybody follow us on Twitter, on X at FadeU Sports. Subscribe to the YouTube as well. And Chris, remind everybody sometimes what happens when you bet on poop. Anybody considering the Arizona Cardinals?
Anybody considering the Arizona Cardinals? Maybe you take the Marlins as a home dog. They're up 9-1 to the mighty Doys. Fade the Doys, right, Joe?
Maybe you take the Colts as a +5 dog on the money line and fucking tell your boys, and then they don't bet it, and then they win outright. How about that?
Hopefully that happens week 1. Dead number 5.